Hello everyone and welcome to One Shot Onslaught. It is your Dungeon Master Adam DeWeese here, and so sorry that we missed last week. We had to put a little bit of extra editing on this episode to make sure that it sounded just right, and I think we nailed it, and I believe the next two should come just back to back. Yes, you heard me right, next two. I do think this is going to be another three-parter, maybe. We'll see how much gets edited out in episode 2, and yeah, we'll go from there. So speaking of this module, this is Into the Dragon's Maw by Dragonix. This is our first module we ran by Dragonix, and I gotta tell you, it's a really fun one. It's different, and I really like how it turned out. And also, if you like this module, or if you just like monsters in general, Dragonix also has this really cool monster manual expanded on DM's Guild that has, it's something ridiculous, like 300 pages. Don't quote me on the number of pages, but it's really big. But it's super good. It's been in the top sellers on DM's Guild for a while now, and it expands on a lot of monsters in the monsters manual and adds a bunch of monsters. It's super good. I'm already looking into it a lot for not only this show, but also our new show, Halfway to Heroes. All right, I want to get these intros shorter and get you all right into the action, so make sure you stick around to the end for the outtakes for the episode. And other than that, let's get into this Dragon's Maw. Hopefully it's not a real Dragon's Maw, because then the guys will just get all ate up. And that won't be good. That'll be a very short podcast. We start tonight off in where?
Phandalin.
Nope. The Guild.
Guys, we can never get this right.
I don't think you're ever going to get this one right. No, you guys are actually...
Whisker Biscuit Tavern.
No,
Strahd's
no,
house.
Not even that.
Skullmance.
We're in a cave. We're in a cave somewhere.
Kevin McAllister's house.
Wailing Caverns.
Keep going.
The Dirty Troll.
Overmark.
The Stockades.
Ironforge. Stormwind.
Paris.
No, I got it. Thunder Bluff.
Where the unicorns are. Unicorn Forest.
Silver Moon? Unicorns are in Silver Moon.
The Dead Mines.
All right, so, no, guys, we are actually in the gloomy forest known as the Cloakwood.
I said that.
Oh, yeah, I think, you know what? Someone said something about wood.
Yeah. I said the Unicorn Forest.
No. No unicorns here, bud. And you guys have been marching for a little bit, and you guys are kind of overwhelmed by these shades of dark green and the brown of the trees, and then your sense of smell has kind of been heightened from this the darkness of these woods, and you have this kind of coppery smell in your nose as you guys are rustling through the foliage and breaking these twigs underneath your feet, and you feel no wind, and yet the air is still like numbingly cold, and it's probably because spring has just sprung, so it's still a little chilly out here. And Zandy, a female half-elf scout, has been guiding your party since you left Raven's Point this morning. The trail before you has been uneven and knotted with roots and branches, and it's been kind of difficult to keep your bearings of where exactly you're at. But she seems to know the way. And she says, we should be nearing a clearing soon. And as soon as she says that, she actually pushes aside some bushes. And you guys see in front of you this 60-foot wide diameter clearing. It actually looks kind of nice to you guys because you guys have been walking through these thick woods and getting cut up by brambles and things. And in the center of this clearing is an elk laying on its side. It seems to be stuck in like a hunter's trap. And then you see these weird, it looks like somebody took a big plow and just like pushed their plow in random directions all around this clearing. And the the elk is kind of shaking a little bit. You think maybe like trying to get out of that the hunter's nest. And then the next thing that catches your attention are thousands of these strange tiny brown puffballs floating in the breeze.
Ironclaw's not even going to investigate the situation. He's just going to run up to the animal.
I'm gonna start chasing the puffballs.
Well, as soon as so Ted, you're jumping around trying to catch these little. They look kind of like somebody broke like a cattail in half, or what are those actually called?
Cattails.
Cattail.
And it's just these little brown spores floating around. Ironclaw, you get like halfway to this elk, and you see this massive gray beaked figure spring out of the ground, and you see him start to fall right on top of you. Ironclaw actually knows this to be now I'm going to make myself look stupid because I don't know exactly how to pronounce this name. It's either Bullet or Boulette.
Boulet.
Yeah, it's Bullette. It's a large monstrosity. They're usually found, they can kind of like burrow into the ground. And this one was, now that it has flew through the air and tried to come down on Ironclaw, roll me a real quick, Ironclaw. Roll me an animal handling check.
Is it still in the air?
Yeah, we are bullet time. We are paused.
17.
And we're going to all roll initiative, but this is going to get one sneak attack on Ironclaw. 17. Now that you're kind of you're like 7 feet away from this elk, Ironclaw, you can now tell that this elk is actually dead, and it was probably just being chewed on from underneath the ground from this Boulette, whatever it's called.
Buletta.
So yeah, this thing leaped out of the ground and is crashing down on Ironclaw.
Do we all get a sneak attack?
What was the lady's name we were with?
Zandy. And Ted, no, this is actually just the Bullet getting a sneak attack on you guys.
Ooh.
But now that it's coming down and it bites in, it's massive, and it bites down on Ironclaw. You're going to take 14 bludgeoning damage and 14 slashing damage. And make me a
28 total?
28 total. And make either a strength or a dex saving throw, your choice. If you can kind of try to dodge out of the way or try to stand your ground.
I'm pretty sure I can res people. If I can't, Snow can.
I got a 19.
Okay, so you're not knocked down. And on a save, you only take half damage, so you only take 14 damage.
Okay.
Woo.
So everyone go ahead and roll initiative now.
Yep, I got all my good rolls out. God dang it.
Nat 20 plus
I got
1.
a
21.
14.
25.
I got 14 plus 4. I got an 18.
I got a 7, guys. I'm always last. I swear I'm always last.
Well, you get to go before the bullet, whatever it is. I don't care, guys. Please, I'm gonna call
Bulletti. It might be Bulletti.
I'll call it a boulette because that's kind of what it looks like, and we'll go with there. So first up is Death.
I'm feeling kind of dangerous.
Do it.
I'm going to go up to him.
Dimension door him.
I'm going to headbutt him.
Just so you guys kind of get the picture of this whole thing, like I said, it's considered large, which is like
super
10
big.
feet, but it also
If he has to re-describe the monster to us, you shouldn't headbutt it.
You're just so angry you headbutt him?
I wanted to eat that deer.
the thing I really wanted to point out is that this thing seems to have this like natural like carapace armor to it, and that's kind of what I wanted to point out before. It might not change you. It might not change your mind. You might still want to headbutt.
Let's have him do an intimidation check after the headbutt.
You could still headbutt him. I'm just letting you know. It looks like he's got like this thick armor on.
No, fuck that. I'm
Okay.
headbutting
He's
him.
got a beak. He's got a beak face.
So roll, yeah, and then he's got like a big beak thing, yeah, too. All right, go ahead and roll a d20, and the way that is gonna go is that is an strength. You add your strength modifier to that d20. I'm always a little rusty on unarmed attack things.
13.
That's not gonna do it. So you do You slam your head down into him. He had just, sprayed dirt as he was skidding across the floor after he did that dive attack to Ironclaw. And he kind of comes to rest just next to you, and you just casually walk up and slam your head down on him. But you think it probably hurt you more than him. You're not going to take any damage, but neither is he. But that's you know what? Unarmed attacks are considered bonus actions, I believe, and we'll say that they're considered bonus actions here. So you could also do something else with your action. It could be another headbutt. I don't know.
So since that didn't work, and he wasn't super intimidated and run away, I'm gonna cast poison spray at him.
God damn, I need to get this. I think I roll for that, right?
Constitution 13.
Oh my god, this guy's very constitute, but it's not gonna get it. He rolled a 7 plus a 5. He got a 12. So go ahead and roll the damage.
I'm gonna do the jerking off motion, and then I'm gonna spray him with poison in one fell swoop. 14.
14 damage. Okay. Yeah, and you see it hits on his shoulder, and you see the poison kind of melt away a little bit of that natural armor he's got right there. Next up is Lord Snow.
So is he fleshy?
Underneath that little spot, he looks fleshy, but the rest of his body seems to be like this hard, thickened armor.
It hurt my head.
I'm imagining for some reason he looks like Onyx.
That's what I'm picturing too.
I'm picturing a rhino with some metal armor.
It's like Tremors, but with arms.
And it is like Tremors. It was like burrowing. Now that you guys are looking at it, you can tell that those weird plow marks were actually from this thing going around under the ground.
I'm going to try this. I'm just going to cast Blight on him.
Okay.
Down his throat.
So you're going to reach your hand in?
I guess so.
All right. So what I'll say is...
Well, I thought it was a range.
Yeah, you don't... Yeah, you don't...
Yeah, I don't want to
Okay.
reach my hand in there.
Okay.
Lose my hand.
I always picture Blight as being touch.
Yeah, I always thought so too.
What kind of save is this?
Con 17.
17? Dude, I thought I actually saved. I rolled a 10 and he's got a +5.
Oh man, I'm just gonna do the dice roll. Dice roller.
Yeah.
98. Jeez.
29 damage.
What does it look like when you cast Blight? Because I always picture you touching them, but if you don't have to touch them...
I unleash necrotic green snot looking shit all over the creature. Covers him head to toe. Engulfs him. But I shot it down his throat. So now he has green blight phlegm all over his throat.
and I know it also, drains them. Drains their vitality. It said, the description... Yeah, the description of that spell is pretty fucking brutal. And yeah, you see him shrivel down a little bit. He's still looking okay. As we move to Ted's turn.
Do I have any 5th level spells?
I don't think Bards has 5th level spells yet. I will check. I think you've got 4th level.
It just says Bard 5.
So you're at level 9. You've got...
Oh yeah, 5th level enchantment.
You've got one. You've got one 5th level spell.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to use Gaes. Gaes.
Is that how you say that?
I don't know. It says a targeted creature is given a service or task by you. Must make a wisdom save to resist this effect. On the failed save, creatures must act to carry out the task demanded. The creature takes 5d10 psychic damage. Each time it performs an action that is counter to your instructions.
Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on a second. The duration is 30 days.
30 days.
Okay, wait. I'm just gonna real quick. If the creature can understand you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you. Creature that can't understand you is unaffected by the spell. So you would know that this thing cannot understand common.
Oh, so it's got to understand him. Okay.
Actually, you know what? I didn't mention this thing's got a top hat and a monocle on it. It says, "Well, hello, chaps."
I will cast Feeble Mind.
Feeble Mind. You're making me look up a whole bunch of new spells.
It's 46 psychic damage and must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target's intelligence and charisma score becomes 1.
Okay, well, Johnny, this is an 8th level enchantment.
Oh shit! Never mind.
Wrong character, man.
Now I'm just going to do
Now, that Gaius, whatever however you say that, that is a fucking cool spell that you guys have never done. That
I'm gonna cast it on Ironclaw next time he gets fucking lippy with me.
What am I ever lippy?
Oh, vicious mockery.
vicious mockery.
A target within range that can hear me.
Yes, that can hear you. Bam, you got this. What do you want to say to this thing?
Ask him why it's so ugly.
Why you so ugly, punk?
Like, hey. And then he hears me, he looks at me. Snaggle to some bitch. Best back up.
Oh my god. Okay, so all right, so he failed that. He rolled a 5 plus
Yeah, he
0.
did.
So I think that does 3d4 now, and he's got disadvantage.
13.
13. Okay, so yeah, you see him. He's currently looking at Death, and as soon as you say that, he turns towards you. And when you say that to him, you see his head lowers, and he kind of paws at the dirt a little bit. He looks a little ashamed, and actually now he's going to have disadvantage on his next attack roll, which is probably going to be good, because I don't know if Ironclaw is going to quite finish him off this turn. Maybe. Prove me wrong, Ironclaw.
He looks like a turtle wannabe.
He does.
It's like a humpback whale.
Now he actually does look not only depressed now, he actually looks like he looks pretty bad off. He really does. He looks like he's.
Where's everyone at to this dude? And who is he focused on?
Death is by him. Lord Snow is probably still in the clearing, like in the thick woods. He's also on you, so he's on you and Death. And then Ted and Lord Snow are further back by the woods.
I'm just gonna do produce flame, and I guess what you throw it at him. If I produce it, you throw it at him.
Yeah, you can throw it at him. You can like conjure this little fire puff in your hand and throw it at him. And I think at your level, it probably does 3d8.
Okay, so it's 16 plus 9 to hit. It says 2d8.
Okay.
Did I hit him?
16 plus 9. Yes, that hits him.
6.
So you hurl this firebolt at him, and you hit him like right in that little squishy part that Death melted away for you.
I aim for the squishy.
You hit him in the squishy, and then next up it's his turn. He still looks a little bit sad from Ted, so he's actually going to
Pout for a little bit.
No, he's on Death and Ironclaw. I'm going to roll a d20, and 10 and below will be Ironclaw. It was a 9, so Ironclaw. He's going to just bite down at you for. You're lucky he's got disadvantage, maybe, because he just got a 17 plus 7. A 2 plus a 7. So he tries to bite at you, and you just like hold up your staff, and he's just like gnawing on your staff. As it is now, Death's turn, and Death, this thing now looks even fucking like headbutt ready.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I was waiting for this entire time. I'm gonna fucking headbutt him right in his bean, right between his eyes. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna fucking headbutt him.
What's the bean?
I don't know. Adam always calls his head as bean,
brain.
so I'm trying.
Your brain's
trying
your
to
bean.
like make things. I was trying to make things relatable to the DM.
I was thinking of something else.
No, not that
Oh, no,
bean.
me
Not the
too.
dirty
Not your
bean.
2 beans.
That's a dirty bean. What?
What bean
You
are
have
you
2
guys talking
beans.
about?
I was talking about the dirt. Yeah, the dirty bean.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
he said the beam between his thighs.
He said eyes.
Oh,
I'm not gonna flick that bean.
There's only one bean somewhere else, and I don't know where this bean is. You guys got to tell
Guys,
me.
everybody's got like 12 beans apparently.
I was just thinking about 2 beans between your thighs, like Ted said.
All right, Dad, what'd you get on this headbutt?
So D26.
Okay, well, so first one, it actually doesn't even hit him. You like slam down, and he just moves his head a little bit. You've got one action left. which you could do it.
So I'm gonna get really frustrated and I'm gonna walk away. But as I walk away, I'm gonna throw like some acid over my shoulder.
Okay, now he will get an opportunity attack against you while you walk away. If you
That's
leave
fine.
his. Okay.
That's fine. Come at me, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna assume a 25 hits you.
15 armor class. Sure.
Oh, it doesn't have an average. Hold on. That can't be right. Hold on a second.
70 damage.
No, it's not like that. I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck
You're
it.
gonna be dead.
It's
dead.
good. That was 33 damage.
It wasn't very wise.
Yeah, it seems like a lot to me, but it says
That's-
40, 12
that's
plus 4.
Half health.
It just like it bites you on the butt, and it rips your pants a little bit, and your left butt cheek's hanging out.
If my butt's hanging out, I'm gonna poison sprout my butt.
Just bend over and make it like you're miming talking from your butt.
Yep.
Do they take half from poison spray?
It doesn't say that. It just says con 13.
Count 30. Well, he got a 16. So you puff out a right on him, and he just kind of shakes it off. Next up is Lord Snow, and Lord Snow, this thing looks like it's on like fucking death's door.
Headbutt him.
I'm gonna headbutt him.
Somebody kill. Okay, go roll it.
I got a +0 strength modifier, so here goes.
Roll good, baby.
It's gonna take us forever.
A 4.
So you actually hit him in the foot.
It bounces right off of him.
Ow, my head!
I just picture this old man like going up to this giant creature and just slamming his head and bouncing off and like falling on his butt.
Well, I saw you try, so I was inspired.
You got one more thing to do.
Double headbutt. Fuck it. I'm gonna try. Second headbutt. Headbutt him to death. 19.
Oh my god, not by much, but you hit it. This thing had a 17 fucking armor class, you fuckers. Trying to headbutt it.
It worked.
It did, yeah. Now roll a d4 of damage.
Really?
You better max it out.
A 1. Are you kidding me?
You see, like it
We
definitely.
say 3 more headbutts.
It definitely seemed to have made him uncomfortable, and he definitely didn't like it. But yeah, he's like actually like rearing back now, kind of shaking his head off. Well, next up is going to be Ted and then Ironclaw.
Damn.
D20.
Nat 20. What were you doing?
I'm gonna hit on my guitar.
You know what? I feel like you haven't used your guitar in a while.
I haven't. Is bullet fire resistant?
Well, A, no. B, spoiler alert, he only has 3 health, and you've got more than a +3 just to the damage alone, so you could go ahead and describe this without even rolling.
So I'm sitting there watching Death and Snow try to headbutt this dude, and it's hurting me more than it's hurting him. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking end this for once and for all. So I rear back, and I'm right behind him at this point, right?
Yeah.
And he's kind of standing, like legs spread.
Oh, God.
And I take my guitar and I ram it right between his thighs, right into his bean.
Right into his beans. Okay, yeah, and as soon as you do, you see his eyes bulge out like an anime cartoon, and then he drops to the floor. And as soon as he drops, you guys kind of settle down to catch your breath, and Death and Ironclaw kind of bind your wounds, and
I gotta go get my guitar because when I hit him, he clenched pretty good.
yeah, you had to like
Grab my guitar out of my
pull
hand.
it out, yeah. And something starts to dawn on you guys as you're like looking around at each other. You guys don't remember why you're here. And Zandy walks over. You guys are like faintly familiar with her, and she's actually got her shirt pulled up above her nose. And she says, well, from the looks on your faces, I can tell that you're already under the effects of the fungal spores. Don't worry. The spores are harmless, but your memories from the last day or so is going to be a little foggy. It's going to gradually return, but Yeah, for a while it's gonna be rough, but we're kind of pressed for time here. We're on a deadline, so we need to move. And she said, "Just keep following me." And she takes off from the clearing and keeps going further into the woods. And you guys have no idea why you're here, but you faintly remember you were following her as she was with your group, leading you somewhere.
Guys, let's try and keep up with her.
She's not like trying to bail from you guys, but she's just moving.
I follow her.
Oh yeah. You guys continue down this journey, wherever you're going, and but you do begin to recall these bits and pieces of your memory from the previous nights. You see these kind of smoky room from these torches illuminating the whole room. These torches are hanging along the stone and mortar walls of the Flabby Troll. And there's a figure sitting in front of you, comfortably in like a cushioned oak chair, and it's Angus from the guild. It's the barbarian from the guild. He's wearing a navy.
Angus beef?
No, this is Angus McGonagall, and he's wearing a navy kilt, white shirt, and he's got a bearskin cloak on. And you know him from the guild. He says, "Oh, well, thank you all for accepting the invitation. I'm sure you know me by now. Maybe I'm Angus. Right here is Zandy Silverthorn, and he motions over, and you guys see Zandy, your guide for the day. She knows the woods around Raven's Point like the back of her hand. Let me get right to the point. I know you guys. I need a group of capable fighters to go to the Dragon's Maw. It's this cavern complex deep in the Cloak Wood that I'm going to need you guys to stop someone who might be an agent of the Cult of the Dragon. He's after this ancient artifact that it's like in-game stuff. It's end-of-the-world stuff.
Sounds like a Jet Li movie.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. And then at that, it fades out. And that's as far as you guys recall at the moment. You guys continue down, following Zandy through the woods, and you guys see this entrance to this. They named it right. They named it the Dragon's Maw, and it looks like a big, massive dragon's maw carved into this rocky mountain, like a cave entrance. And you see a dozen or more skulls that are mounted on spears that are like flanking the whole path up to this Dragon's Maw. At that point, when you guys all exit onto this path and see it, Zandy says, "Well, this is as far as I'll go. I'll wait here, hide at the edge of the forest, and then until tonight, I'm not going to stay in these woods overnight. So if you're not back by then, I've got to head back to town. That's as much as I can do for you all. Best of luck, adventurers."
Who wants to hit up the food court in the Dragon's Mall?
I got it.
Do they have Orange Julius?
I hope so.
Give me a Blackberry Hurricane.
So we're just going to wait until nightfall?
No, she is waiting outside for you guys. You guys are supposed to go in and get something.
I'm going to send Zarbanoff in.
And I'm gonna pull Petey out of my pants.
Zarbanoff's going to ride on Petey the trouser snake.
Okay, how far?
Do we all have like little pets?
Oh, well, you've got.
I'm gonna send my Scorpion. I'm sending Claudia in.
Oh,
We're gonna have a team of small figures. Look, Johnny,
Figures.
do you have anyone?
They're real people.
well, the thing is, Dustin, you can't see through Claudia though.
No, but I'll be Claudia.
No.
I can't control Claudia.
What?
Well, you can control Claudia then. Claudia's doing something. Claudia's going in there.
So my only question: how far can you guys be from your familiars before you can't see through them? Is it 120 feet? It's kind of far, I think.
3 miles.
No, I don't think it's that.
6
sounds
football
about
fields. It says right here.
I think it's 120 feet.
I see it, but I'm not saying what it is.
Just tell us what it is.
It's approximately 6 football fields.
No, what is it for real?
10 feet.
No,
No
it's
way.
not. No,
That's what it says.
No.
Find familiar, 1 hour, 10 feet.
So that's a range of you to if you like conjure it, but while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it. So it's got to be within 100 feet of you. So you guys could have the scouts 100 feet of you at all times.
10 feet would be worthless.
It'd be like the worst skill in the game. No, so you guys could you would have to get like some kind of buddy system going because you guys know that you can't see or hear from that. But like if you guys were gonna scout with them, you could maybe have Ironclaw and Ted like lead you guys and just try to stay like 100 feet behind them or something like that. However you guys want to arrange
So
that.
Ironclaw will hold my hand. I'll hold Lord Snow's hand. Lord Snow will hold Ted's hand, and we'll be a buddy system like we're in kindergarten.
Okay.
I could just cast light on somebody.
Oh! I'm glad you brought that up. They were looking into this cavern. There's no lights at all. So I just know Lord Snow doesn't have it. And Dustin, do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I'm a dwarf, man.
Okay, so everyone has dark vision except for Lord Sean Snow.
I'll hold somebody's hand.
You can hold my hand.
So as you guys have the animals kind of scout ahead first, you send them in, and I'm gonna have you guys roll them a stealth check with advantage real quick.
My stealth?
The snake stealth. 5e.
Oh, fuck my stealth.
Plus 100?
Fuck. You know what? I'm going to roll them a perception check, and it's going to be a very high DC to see a little Komodo dragon and a snake. Okay, well, they rolled a nat 1. Yeah, you send them in, and they actually, they're going across this kind of jagged cave floor, and you guys are following 100 feet behind them at all times. And so Ted and Ironclaw, Lord Snow, and Death can kind of squeeze your hands if they need you guys to stop moving. You know, if their familiar see something. Petey and Zarbanoff both see this passage kind of goes for like 100 feet, and eventually it opens up into this 40-foot wide square-shaped room. It's a cavern that this cavern actually does have 2 torches lighting it dimly. And you see a single poorly crafted wooden table sitting in the center of the room, and you see some dice scattered along the table, or Petey and Zarbanoff do. And then there's one exit to the north of this room, like the cavern continues on going to the north. And then you see 2 hobgoblins and 4 goblins. The 2 hobgoblins are actually sitting at that table rolling that dice, and the 4 goblins are kind of circling their table, kind of like cheering and rooting on one of the hobgoblins each.
I'm going to cast light on myself and do cartwheels all the way into the cavern.
Okay. They see you coming. Let's roll initiative.
18, 19.
I got 19 too.
I'm last.
What's your dex?
I got 10.
No, I got a 16.
What's your dex 2?
Plus 1.
Mine's 2.
So you'll go first. And the whole way I'm screaming.
Hey, I want to play some dice.
All right, Death. Oh, no, not Death. I'm just so used to saying
third.
Death first. Ironclaw. You see 2 hobgoblins sitting at a table in like a heated game. Well, they were until Lord Snow came cartwheeling in. So now they've scooted themselves back from the table and stood up. So you see 2 hobgoblins and 4 regular goblins all kind of around this. It's not the biggest round table.
Poorly built table.
If you wanted to critique them on their craftsman skills.
All right. And they're all pretty close together.
Yeah, they're all kind of bundled together.
Keep them bundled.
I am going to do erupting earth on them, right in the center. It's a 20-foot cube.
Well, first roll's a nat 1, so that's not good.
It's not going to knock them back, is it?
It's probably going to kill him.
No.
Oh, okay.
A 1, a 5, and a 3. Sean, I'm using your old purple metal dice.
Yeah, they're terrible.
One-
That's why I quit using them.
1, 5, 3, 6.
They're horrible.
So
dice.
y'all fail?
11. And a 6. What the fuck? Dustin, I'm going to go ahead and say that all 6 of them failed. So, what is
They
that,
do.
3d12?
Correct. I just got a 12, an 11. I can't make this up. Another 11. 12, 11, 11.
It's fucking OP. I thought you were gonna kill us, DM.
Give me a second.
What happened?
Well, right now, Ironclaw just exploded the floor into these 6 gamblers, and you just hear them shrieking. You see like these like pillars of earth shoot out, and it actually cuts one goblin in half as this big rock comes erupting from the ground, and then you see a couple of the rocks explode into the air and like come back crashing down, and just crush them all, and all 6 are dead.
That cartwheel worked out.
I'm glad that we did the whole initiative order and everything. That was cool.
We are a one-shot group. We are a one-shot group. It is in the name.
So you got one like this room had a pathway leading further north.
I cast magic missile at the DM.
You got me. You got me.
You got him right in the butthole.
So like, but as you guys leave this room behind and continue up north, you begin to remember another portion of your meeting with Angus at the Flabby Troll. He says, well, a month ago, an adventuring party stumbled upon this tomb loaded with treasure. One of the things they found was a broken piece at the top of a staff that looked like a monster's claw. They had no idea what it was, thinking it was just some kind of jewelry, but they thought that it could fetch a pretty price, but I knew what it was. I bought it from them. It was the top of the Tiamat's claw. This is a potent staff that it was once wielded by Anaxabris the Black Talon, one of the most powerful members of the Cult of the Dragon. I bought it from them, dirt cheap, but the thing is, it was just the top of the staff.
Where's the rest of it?
Well, that's okay. That's where I'm hiring you guys. So, I kept this information myself. Unfortunately, I was a little loose lips with my roommate at the guild, and,
What was his name?
Dwight. And, well, I let Dwight...
Was he a beet farmer?
How... Do you guys know Dwight?
Yes.
So while you guys are like flashing back to this conversation, yeah, you guys can like chat with him if you want, as if it was in the past. This was the night before tonight. Yeah, how you knew Dwight? Well, I guess you probably did. I mean, he's from the guild too. Well, I mean, he does have the best beats in all of Faerun, but yeah, I told him about the goddamn staff, and other than that, nobody else knew. But one day while I was out, I came home and he had stolen the piece and ran away. But luckily, I know where Dwight's going.
The beet farm.
No, well, maybe on the way or maybe after. I'm sure he's got to tend to his beats. But no, he's going to be going to the Dragon's Maw. It's this cavern deep in the Cloakwood. See, this is where the Cult of the Dragon used to be based.
And the food court.
And the food court. And I let him know that the rumors of the staff are that the other half of the staff is in the Dragon's Maw. And now he's going there to try to find this other half. And now, see, I have hired Zandy here. She knows the Cloakwood like the back of her hand. And she knows how to get you to the Dragon's Maw. And then the memory kind of fades away as you guys...
We will complete the mission if Lord Snow gets to keep the staff.
And as you say that, the memory fades away. You'll never know.
I was already thinking about double crossing and giving to my buddy Lord Snow.
So you guys continue on down this path as like these memories are just kind of like flooding back to you in pieces. And you guys can continue down. It's like a long path. Are you guys still doing the whole Zarbanoff and PD thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, so they're going like hundreds of feet, and finally they end up in this room with these faded mosaic tiles depicting undead dragons still plastering the walls, but most of them have kind of been smashed and are lying on the ground. And you can just like make out like these halves of these mosaic tiles, and there are 3 4-foot high alcoves, one to the left or the west, one to the right, aka east, and then one to the north, straight ahead from you guys. And each one has a stone dragon statue in the center of the alcove. And the one straight ahead of you is missing its head. And you see no other exits in this room, but you just see like these smashed stones kind of all around the room.
Should we remove the other dragon's head?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Who wants to try?
I want to remove this one.
Ted, go.
Go on, get it, Ted.
You can do it, Ted.
I climb up there and I remove the dragon head.
So do you want to do the left or the right one, just so we can picture it?
Right.
So you go up to the right one. You climb up it's like 10 feet tall. So yeah, you do need to climb up. But when you get up there, it's a solid stone statue. You can't just like take the head off.
Bust it.
I'm going to hit it with my guitar.
So you like have your legs like you're like sitting on its shoulders, and you raise up your guitar. Roll me at just like an attack roll, like regular attack roll.
You never inspired us.
He was mentioning that earlier, and it was like mid combat and shit. But so we will 18. Okay.
Oh no, 14 plus 6, so 20.
Okay, 20. Yeah, you bring down your guitar hard on the head of this dragon, and you shatter the stone, and the stone goes rolling across the floor.
Yeah.
And everybody
Good
else,
job.
you guys walk up to this dragon head, and you see that like the way that it was kind of structured, it's like all stone that seemed to be somehow carved or formed, but it's like carved or formed around this kind of long square metal spoke sticking out the bottom of it.
It's the staff.
I'm going to touch my tongue on it.
It's like cold metal. It seems like it's kind of like maybe reinforcement for the statue,
Rebar.
like a square rebar.
Can I inspect the statue a little further?
The broken one, or a fixed one, the broken one, or the one that Ted just broke.
The broken one.
Yeah, you go up. Roll me an investigation check.
And I get advantage because it's stonework.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna give it to you because you never get to use that.
I got a 14.
You kind of go up
What's
to
that
it,
tell
and
me?
you do have to climb up a little bit, and you notice two things. Behind the statue, you notice a faint outline in that alcove, and then also climbing up, you notice that this statue has, where its neck has been sheared off, you notice a square like hole going down the center of its neck.
I noticed a faint what?
Like an outline behind the alcove, like maybe there's like a false door back there or something.
I'm gonna go up to this false door and see if I can push on it, or if it looks locked or whatnot.
All right, roll me an athletics check.
11.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's budging at all.
I'm going to push my fingers down into that slot on the statue.
You feel it, and you just licked that the square like supporting pole of the other head, and as you're kind of like checking it out, you realize that they're like the same size.
Yeah, I want to dock them.
Oh yeah.
You grab it, carry. It's pretty heavy. The head that Ted just broke off is pretty heavy.
Someone else get this head. It's way too heavy for me.
And Ted, you don't even need to roll like an athletics check or anything. It is rough to carry, but you can manage it. And you slide it on to the top of the shoulders of this dragon and slide it in place and kind of tilt it to where it's, looks like it would somewhat be. And as soon as you do that, and Ironclaw's over there pushing on that outline, the door actually swings inward.
So did it hit Ironclaw when it swung in?
No, he was pushing on it.
Oh.
And it swung in as he was pushing on it. So maybe Ironclaw thinks that he did that.
Guys, I opened a door for you.
Let's go in.
And beyond that alcove, you see another. It's this passageway that goes forward like 10 feet and then does a hard right turn down another long passageway. Hello again, it is your Dungeon Master, Adam DeWeese, back again. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It's getting nice and weird up in here. The guys don't even know what they're doing, really. So, we'll find out soon enough. I want to first start off by saying a big old thank you to all of our patrons. I am talking people like Rachel, aka Dragonbait, Brittany Ballesteros, Danny M., Jeremy Fair, Not Ironclaw, Danny T., Matthew G., Brittany D., Jean L., and Bianca B. Jean and Bianca are both new patrons, so welcome aboard, you two. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you enjoy the bonus content. Speaking of bonus content for Patreon, if you want to get your name on this list, you can head over to patreon.com/oneshotonslaught and pledge as low as $1 a month, and I promise you that $1 is going to make a big difference. Do not think it will not. It will go straight back into the show and help us with a whole bunch of fees that come with hosting these podcasts. And not only are we shelling out for the fees for this podcast, but we're also shelling out for fees for Halfway to Heroes, our new podcast. And if you become a Patreon, or a patron rather, of this show, that's also going to be the same Patreon page for Halfway to Heroes. So you're going to get content and bonus material for 2 shows for the price of 1. So yeah, if you want to go over to that Patreon page and pledge as low as $1 a month, you will be supporting 2 shows and getting the bonus content for both of those shows. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. If you are not yet, or have not listened to Halfway to Heroes yet, we have episode 1 out now and prologue. And I really do truly believe that you're going to really enjoy it. So that one is bi-weekly, so no new episode this week. A new episode will be coming out next week. But yeah, so go check out episode 1 now. And then last but not least, I had 2 new iTunes reviews I want to read on here. We have got one from Dragon Pete's Cass. And I apologize if I already read this one. It's from February, and I don't know if I missed it or read it on the episode, so apologize if I did. It says, "Easy listening!" exclamation mark. The One Shot Onslaught crew really has a great thing going on here. This podcast is this podcast is fun and easy to pick up wherever. Looking forward to more. And then there is also Crescendo of Silence, and it says, "Hell yeah, Batman. These folks are a laugh riot. I've played with them, and their games are just good old-fashioned fun, and that comes out in every second of the audio. As long as they keep making them, I'll keep listening." I do believe that is Uncle Chainsaw from Lawful Stupid that wrote that one. If I'm wrong, I apologize. If I'm right, thank you, Uncle Chainsaw. Or should I say Scott? Or should I say Shane? If you want me to read your iTunes review, you gotta leave it on iTunes. Give us a rating and review. Those help a ton on iTunes chartings and things like that. And while you're there, you could also leave a review and rating for Halfway to Heroes. Whew, I am out of breath. I'm trying to talk really fast because I am trying to get these things shorter at the end here so we can get you all right into the outtakes. So I apologize if I've been rambling a long time. That's all I've got for you. I cannot wait for you all to hear part 2 and possibly part 3 of this module. It was a blast. Thank you all, each and every one of you, so much just for listening to the show, for spreading the word about the show. It means the world to us that we have people listening and tuning in, just listening to a group of friends playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's a lot of fun for us, but when we hear feedback from you all that you all are also enjoying it, it really makes us happy. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you all next Monday. Hopefully Monday. Hopefully it's not late like this one. I apologize if this one was a day late, by the way.
Is this a virus?
Yes, it's actually
It is. Click it.
It's actually two.
It's a really
it's
cool
actually
looking
2
one.
viruses together.
It looks like a virus. It's got a weird head.
Well, this thing's fucked up.
So Justin tried to headbutt that thing.
It's like Tremors, but with arms.
It might be a virus, man. My screen went black. There it is.
Adam builds honeypots on the side.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to go to Chick-fil-A, get some breakfast.
Chicken biscuit.
They got the best breakfast.
Chicken minis.
Buttermilk biscuit.
I like this chicken littles.
Chicken littles.
You guys like my Tervis cup?
Nice.
It was one whole $1.
How'd you get that for $1?
Goodwill, man. Hey, if I go out by using the cup from Goodwill, that's how I go out.
Last week on One Shot Onslaught, we are actually in the gloomy forest known as the Cloakwood.
I said that.
Oh yeah, I think you know what? Someone said something about wood.
Yeah, I said the Unicorn Forest.
No, no unicorns here, bud. And then the next thing that catches your attention are thousands of these strange, tiny, brown puffballs floating in the breeze. You guys kind of settle down to catch your breath, and something starts to dawn on you guys as you're like looking around at each other. You guys don't remember why you're here. Well, from the looks on your faces, I can tell that you're already under the effects of the fungal spores. But you do begin to recall these bits and pieces of your memory from the previous nights. I need a group of capable fighters to go to the Dragon's Maw. It's this cavern complex deep in the Cloakwood that I'm going to need you guys to stop someone who might be an agent of the Cult of the Dragon. He's after this ancient artifact that it's like in-game stuff. It's end of the world stuff. And now, see, I have hired Zandy here. She knows the Cloakwood like the back of her hand. And she knows how to get you to the Dragon's Maw. And it swung in as he was pushing on it. So maybe Ironclaw thinks that he did that.
Guys, I opened a door for you.
And beyond that alcove, you see another... it's this passageway that goes forward like 10 feet and then does a hard right turn down another long passageway. So you guys are walking down this long passageway, and it's dimly lit. So luckily, Lord Jon Snow is lit up with this blinding white light. What's the marching order? Who's in front?
I'm in behind because rogues do it from behind.
I'll be in the front, just cause.
Because you're the one lighting it up and shit. Yeah, okay. So you guys are continuing down this passageway, and Lord Snow, what's your passive perception?
0.
12.
You see what looks like in the floor in front of you. It makes another one of those hard right turns. But at that corner, the entire like 5 foot by 5 foot passageway, or actually it's 10 foot by 10 foot, my bad. So all these hallways are 10 feet wide. So you could go 2 by 2 if you wanted to. But in this corner piece, you can see what looks like it's got like these holes burrowed out from straight underneath it. It looks like the dirt or stone at this corner has been weakened. It's covering the whole kind of bend to the next hallway.
I have to as we walk by, I have to put my fingers in all the holes. Kind of like when you walk by bushes, you just have to grab some bush within your hand.
Yeah. Well, these are just in this one section on the floor. And it's the floor that has the holes in them. And Lord Snow is leading the way, and he saw them first. But everybody else is, I think everyone else is going to have at least a 12 passive perception. So I think everyone would probably see these eventually. But Lord Snow, you definitely realize that this is weakened floor in front of you.
What if you grabbed a bush with a thorn on it?
You gotta learn somehow.
Can I cast Thunderclap?
Hell yeah, you can.
You gonna make your booty clap?
Let's do it.
Yeah, so you
He lifts
I turn around and start twerking in that direction.
He lifts his robe up for this.
And I freeball it, so you guys get to see all the goodies.
We did establish
I look
that.
away though.
I don't think we've noticed. I don't think we've mentioned that in a while. That Lord Snow is just he always goes commando. But yeah, you
Look away, guys! Look away!
you thunderclap this, and you actually see the earth in this 10 foot by 10 foot square collapse in on itself, and you see it drop down a good 30 feet.
I'm gonna send Zarbanoff down there to check it out.
Check her out, Zarbanoff.
Zarbanoff he actually has a climb speed, right? So he can climb on walls, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll say he does because I think Komodo dragons can do that. I don't know. So he starts climbing down this wall and looking down. Zarbanoff can make out. This whole area is a perfect like 10-foot by 10-foot square, and down at the bottom he sees like this faint like green jello kind of jiggling. The pathway forks to the right, but you do need to get like a way to get over.
What does the jello look like? Ghostbuster shit or what?
Does Zarbanoff like Jello? Would he try and eat
That's called
that?
ectoplasm.
You guys are level 9. You guys would probably, or Lord Jon Snow, looking at it through Zarbanoff's eyes, you would probably recognize this as a gelatinous cube.
Oh shit! So could I like sneak up and cast Cone of Cold on him?
Roll me
Stealth check?
No, roll me first off a nature check. I like that.
I got a 1.
Okay, no. Yeah, you don't really you recognize this as a gelatinous cube. Other than that, you don't know anything about gelatinous cubes at all.
Can I go back to the Adventurers Guild and ask Professor Squish about it?
Yeah, too bad he's not here. He'd probably know all about these things.
I am the great Professor Squish.
Oh shit, he's here.
Hey, buddy.
I was in the corner. What are you fellows doing here?
I wonder if they're like neutral and friendly.
Squish, are those things friendly?
No, definitely not. And I think because of what the DM said, he might be resistant to cold. Because I'm no dummy.
I'm just gonna cast Wall of Fire on his bitch ass. Can I do that?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's 30 feet down in this hole. But you could like just fucking just like fill the whole hole with your wall of fire if you
Do a
want.
That's right.
sick vape trick.
I mean, there would be no he couldn't do a deck save, Sean. So whatever damage that does, you could go ahead and roll it because with a 60-foot wall of fire, there's no pot. He's filling this whole cube at the bottom of
He's
this.
stuck.
He's
stuck in this hole.
It doesn't make sense. He could not dodge your firewall.
I'm gonna cast this as a level 5. 68.
Okay.
This poor guy is probably just wanting us to help him get out.
30 damage.
Yeah, you see, like, how did you like form this wall down in this hole? Because it's like what, like something stupid, like 20 feet wide or 20 feet long, or
So I mean, it just
you
filled
just
the hole
like
up.
filled the whole hole with fire. And
Is he a good guy?
so one side of the wall is opaque and hot, and one side of the wall is see through. I think one side is see through, so I think you guys could see down into your side still, and you see this Jello just get melted and halved, and he looks like half his size now. Now he's only like a 5-foot by 5-foot cube down at the bottom of here.
Well, now we can control him better.
We'll go ahead and roll initiative now. Okay, Sean, this fucking dice has rolled 5 6s in the last.
Get different ones. They're garbage.
15.
Don't you guys want me using this dice?
Yes.
I guess so.
18. I rolled
Not
good.
really, though.
17.
19.
Damn. So Sean was first, right? Or Dustin, what'd you get?
18.
Yeah, Sean. Lord Jon Snow. So you got your firewall, and does the firewall do damage on your turn or their turn? I think it's on their turn. Okay, so it's on his turn. So you can do something as long as it doesn't take concentration.
I'm gonna cast Blight on him.
Okay.
You love that blight now, don't you?
Yeah, man.
So
It's fucking
So
powerful.
what was Wall of Fire? What level spell is that?
5th level.
So now with 2 blights and a 5th level gone, do you have just one more 4th level or
One more 4th
one
level
more
spell
4th level
slot. Yeah.
spell slot? Okay. He's pretty good with Constitution actually. A nat 20. You see him he just like braces himself and he just like takes it and it seems like he likes it.
What?
He liked that blight.
You like that blight, little boy?
He gets a little bigger, not like double in size or anything, but he gets like he's like 6 feet by 6 feet now. Next up is Ironclaw.
Do the people's elbow on him.
I don't know that.
in bear form.
So yeah, you guys are all 30 feet above this thing, like looking down. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, he might not even... Can I put the fire out?
If you wanted to quit concentrating on it.
No, I'm going to keep doing it. Maybe he has the staff in him.
Can I, like, speak with him on my turn?
I mean, you could surely try. You don't
He's
know.
burning alive.
Yeah,
You
he's
can
burnt.
roll
Fire,
a nature check too now to see what you know about these things.
Yeah, 16 plus 5. 21.
You know that these things are pretty much no intelligence at all. They have one function is to eat stuff and engulf stuff and just fill their bellies and dissolve stuff. They cannot speak. They have no communication abilities whatsoever.
Put him out of his misery, man.
Well, shoot. I don't know if I want to attack this thing then. And just sitting down there. Guys, I don't think this thing wants to attack us. It just wants to eat
It's too late.
items.
Let's feed him Ted's French fries.
Yeah, Ted, toss some french fries down to it.
I toss one French fry.
You see the
Come on, Ted. He needs more than that.
You see the French fry go into its body, and it instantly just dissolves into nothing. And you see him poof up a little bit, not a whole foot or anything, but just a little bit.
That's all he gets.
Oh, he gets bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, we might have to make this thing really big for
No,
some
we
reason.
have to kill him.
No, man.
Kill the
kill it.
squishy block, man.
What did he do to us?
Nothing.
Since he did a nature check, are they inherently evil?
They, so Iron Claw would know them to be unaligned at all due to them being so fucking stupid. And they have one goal, is to engulf stuff and eat stuff.
Do we need to go down in this hole?
There's a pathway to the right, but
If we fall in him, we quickly fucking dissolve. We die.
Let's just walk away and let the fire burn him up.
I just want you guys to picture the layout of it's like a hard right, like a 90-degree angle, and this 10-foot by 10-foot cube is making up the entire that corner piece. So you just have to get around the corner somehow
Yeah.
above the 30-foot pit.
And whatever touches him dissolves, apparently, so we need to fucking cook his ass.
I'm the great Professor Squish. Why are you guys trying to burn my mother alive?
This might be Professor Squish's mom. We don't know.
All right. I think we should just leave him there to burn and just walk around the corner.
How long does Wall of Fire last? A minute?
Well, I still have to concentrate on it,
I mean,
so we'll go out, I guess.
it would stay there as long as you don't cast another concentration spell in the next minute. And that would be...
Yeah, 1 minute.
So you got to think of it in terms of game time. That is 10 turns. So that would be, what, 5d8 times 10? 50d8? Yeah, you would think that if you kept concentrating on it for the next minute, it would probably burn up.
Just kill him.
Yeah, let's burn him up and just walk away.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, that's
So the
mean.
question is now, how are you guys going to get across this little, like, it's like you could like try to like hug the wall and make like maybe like an acrobatics check and try to,
Oh, God.
you know, make it around that way. Or Lord Sean Snow, obviously you can just like fly, but everyone else could try to like jump. You could even jump.
I'm going to fly across.
I want to jump up and run along the wall over it.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
14.
Okay, I'll give it to you for a 14. I think that's doable. That looks really cool, Ted.
I'm gonna run. I have to one up him, so I'm gonna run and I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna do a gainer and then land.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check. I know you've got acrobatics for days.
I'm going to wait for him on the other side and spread eagle my butt cheek.
That's not fair. 17 plus 12.
12. That's so fucking stupid. Iron Claw, how are you getting
So
over
was
it?
that 29? Did I do it?
Yeah. No, actually, you fought on the hole and get engulfed by the gelatinous cube. No, I'm
Oh,
just
if I'm
kidding.
gonna be falling down the hole, I'm gonna do a frog splash on it.
No, he's good. You're.
Okay.
I think a 29 does it. So Iron Claw, I don't think there's a physical way for you to one up death. So now it's just you getting across. You can't beat a 29. I don't think possibly.
Turn into a bat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn to a giant wolf spider.
Ooh, okay. I take it back. That might be cooler than Dead's thing. That's pretty cool. And then you just run across the walls. Awesome.
No, I'm not even gonna run across. I'm gonna shoot my web and swing over like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man. Oh my god, I fucking love it.
I tuck all my legs and like to a ball and swing in front of them.
DM
The
just
DM
blew
just
his
did a big
load.
comb.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
We said that at the same time.
So,
I'm gonna set my belt to Wombo and just fly across real gently.
And so from here, like this hallway is actually kind of short. It's like 30, 40 feet long that you guys walk down. It's still like this jagged, cave. It's definitely, this whole thing's been man-made. There's no way this has been natural passages. It's just the way the angles of everything and how flat all the walls and the floor and ceiling are. And you guys get down to this end of this wall and you see this like alcove, and hanging from the left wall there is a bronze lever sticking up in the like up position of the lever.
I'm gonna go kick it down.
You go up and axe, what's that called? Axe kick or hook kick, where you throw your leg up and then kick it down.
Scissor
And
kick.
What?
Scissor kick.
Scissor kick? No, I don't think that's.
Scissor me timbers.
And it's as soon as Ted does, you guys are probably pretty angry with Ted, because as soon as he kicks this lever open, the wall in front of you swings outward from you guys.
God damn it, Ted!
Well, it's not that you're mad about. What you're mad about is the fucking smell that just assaults your head.
Ted, you farted again!
For a moment, you think it might be that, and then you double guess yourself and think, there's no fucking way Ted farted this shit.
Maybe he did.
You see flies like swarm into that room that you guys were in, and you looking into this room, you see like these maggots crawling all around the floor. You see the floor's like slimy and it's littered with this like piss and poop. And you see water streaming from some underground source along this gutter carved into the floor, and then a stone trough beside the gutter that's just filled with this nasty water with this floating poop. And it's got a hanging like a shitty like door, like a swinging door on the far wall from you guys. It looks like you guys are in like a fucking outhouse.
And we have to go through it.
Yeah, you gotta walk through it if you want to get through that swinging shitty door.
I'm a skadootion.
Yeah, the entire room, the floor is just covered with the piss and shit. So yeah.
And as I skadoosh, like I'm just like all fours hugging the broomstick, so I don't touch anything.
I put on my Jordans and tiptoe through it.
Are we in the bottom of an outhouse?
It doesn't, and you're not in the bottom of it. You see like those troughs and things. You think this is an outhouse. There's not like a toilet for you to sit at.
People
but
just
there's,
shit
like,
everywhere?
Yeah, it's like people like are like just shitting in like these like corners and stuff. As you guys tiptoe and make your way over this nasty poop water, you open that swinging door, and you see in this next room, it's a massive cavern, the biggest cavern you guys have seen yet, and you see two bonfires that are illuminating the entire cavern.
I don't know, I've seen some pretty big caverns, if you know what I mean.
Well, in this one, you see that there's like handholds along the wall with like these alcoves and ledges kind of surrounding the entire thing. And you see roasting spits with these tanning racks, some water barrels, wooden tables, dirty animal hides, kind of bedding for the area. The whole place smells of like a mixture of goblin body odor, dead animals, garbage, and smoke. And you see further on, like past the cavern, you see to the southeast, you see it branch off in like this wide branch. And you see south, directly in front of you, a narrow passage that looks like it's got a curtain closing it, like a makeshift door. Like it's like a private room. But scattered around this massive cavern, you see goblins sitting around tables, around the bonfires, chatting. You see a couple of hobgoblins. You see an ogre that's actually walking from one bonfire to the next at the moment.
I'm gonna throw a fireball at the ogre.
So the whole place, like, it's not fireball radius. It's actually much bigger than that. It's
Well, I got 2 of them.
it's like 30 by 30 feet. Wait a second. No, it's these, each square is 10 feet. So no, this is actually 50 by 50 feet. It's this cavern's pretty big. 60 by 60 feet. Sorry, guys.
Hey, I got a question. Can I take my spider shift back?
You done said it, man. You can't take it back.
Well, I've been looking at all these creatures, and I think I may be able to shift into a phase spider.
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's within my combat rating, so...
Sure. All right, we'll continue, and we'll see what the spider looks like. But yeah, it's a massive 60-foot by 60-foot cavern with those fires, goblins all around, ogre walking around, big hallway to the southeast, and like a room to the south. However you guys want to approach, you guys have not been noticed yet. But if you guys linger too long, someone might have to go potty. And it's probably stinking pretty bad where you guys are.
So how are these goblins arranged?
They're like scattered about. I don't want to nail down like there's 3 here, 3 here. They're pretty scattered. A quick head count, you would guess about 12 goblins, 1 ogre.
All right, I'm just gonna wall of fire.
What's the radius of my fireballs?
Fireball is 150-foot range, and it is a 20-foot radius sphere. And then, yeah, so Lord Sean Snow, how long is firewall? Wait, Sean, you can't do firewall again, can you?
I have 1 more 4th level.
Oh, 1 more. Okay. So, Sean, yeah, you can make a 60-foot long wall of fire. Ted, your fireballs are 20 feet diameter. If you guys wanted to come up with a plan, you guys are right now.
Yeah, let's fuck them up with fire, dude.
I'll cast Burning Hands and get on this too.
Can we all cast at the same time?
Yeah, I could, if you guys wanted to, like, make this plan.
Do
we
you
could
see
have
any
it.
fire
Yeah,
stuff?
just and then Iron Claw. What's the face? Can a phase fire like teleport or something like that?
Yeah, I can actually go from the material plane to the ethereal plane or vice versa.
What? I mean, you said it was just a beast, right?
A large beast, yeah.
The scene I'm imagining is I put a wall of fire behind the goblins, and then Dustin turns into a big-ass spider.
Oh.
And goes at him. And then Ted with his 2 fireballs, and then a burning hands.
I'm going to put this out there. You guys know that if a fucking goblin touches any of this fire, they're dead. They're gone. They're done. Now there is an ogre walking around.
Yeah, let's get the ogre. Fuck this.
I'm gonna steal his cake.
I mean, you guys saw what his erupting earth did to hobgoblins and goblins. Hobgoblins, you guys know, are much stronger than goblins, and he one-shot those with...
I can go to the ethereal plane too.
With Blink? Is it Blink?
No, etherealness.
Okay, now what level spell is that?
7.
John? Johnny, what are you looking at, man? So yeah, it sounds like Lord Sean Snow is going to cut them off from retreat with the wall of fire, and Ted's going to throw a fireball at like the further back ones. That's going to run up and Burning Hands the closest ones, and then Iron Claw is going to fucking phase shift to the ogre. Is that what's happening?
Well, I don't know. It's a bonus action to shift into the other plane or vice versa, so it would be an action to go there.
Wall of fire!
Burning Hands!
Fireball!
Iron Claw tries to time it just right and just run into the fire that he can, dodge around. Everybody roll your damage. I'm trying to think of the best way to streamline this. Everybody go ahead and roll the damage of your shit first, and then I'll determine deck saves and stuff.
22.
So if I'm throwing 2 of them Do I do 8d6 for both of them?
I'll give you one surprise round spell. So for
I get 2 attacks anyway.
yeah, but that's if you do the like attack with a weapon, not spell attack. But
Gotcha.
like if the way your wand works is you get either 2 regular fireballs a day or 1 level 2 fireball. But honestly, you probably want to save one of those fireballs. You know that you're probably gonna fuck these guys up already. I'm trying to save you from using your second fireball.
29.
So I probably would need to do a second level.
I'm gonna save you a spell slot too, and just do regular, just a base level.
22.
29 damage.
15.
Okay, so Gobos aren't even gonna get to roll, but I'm gonna roll for the ogre. See if Sean, this die. You used to use this dice, Sean?
No, I used it like one time, and it's
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah, because look what I just rolled. Nat 2. Fucking
20.
2.
Who makes those dice?
I don't know where you got these dice from. I have no clue.
I didn't buy those.
Okay, here's the scene. Lord Snow. Actually, no, I'm not going to start with Lord Snow. Ted hurls this fireball into the dead center of the room. And you see as it erupts, it engulfs 6 of the goblins and just burns them away instantly. They have no chance of dodging it. And it singes the ogre just a little bit up his left side. You see the goblins split in 2 groups. You see one run towards you all, one run towards that exit, not the room looking exit, but the actual pathway. And as they're running towards that pathway, Lord Sean Snow casts that wall of fire that just erupts right in front of them, on top of a few of them as it burns them away. And then you see the ones that were running towards you guys, Death runs up and casts his burning hands and just burns them away. The ogre was on the tail end of Death's burning hands and gets singed really bad from that too. And you see all the goblins have just been evaporated and turned to ash. And you see Ironclaw, this face spider, blinking out of existence and blink back in existence right on this ogre. Ironclaw, go ahead and do your attacks on this ogre.
What the fuck was that? Did you see Ironclaw?
Oh my god. What was that?
He's
And then we
blanking.
all start doing the Macarena.
Yeah, because now it's just him gonna fuck up this ogre. Yeah, so Dustin, this ogre is large, so like 12 feet tall. Are you, so roll your attacks against him. Let's see if you finish him off.
It's low, but I got him. 12.
What to hit? Oh, yeah, he's just in a loincloth. Yeah, you hit him.
Can I climb up afterward?
Yeah, you can do that. As soon as you're like climbing up on this thing, from the room to the south, you see a bugbear and a dire wolf walk out and kind of scoot that curtain to the side as they walk out and into the cavern. And the bugbear takes one look around the room. Ironclaw, go ahead and roll your damage.
My bite does 7 damage.
What kind of damage is that? Is that poison or piercing?
That is piercing, but you also make a DC 11 con save or take poison damage.
Oh my god, these dice are fucking garbage on that one.
With that, you take 18 poison damage.
You see, you like barely puncture into this ogre, and he kind of looks at you, and he's about to swat you away. But as soon as he does that, you see this black poison kind of spreading through his body, and then he just drops to his knees like, poof, and then he drops to the floor, face down. Poof. He's dead, and you
Well,
see.
this says if reduced to 0 HP, the target is stable but poisoned and paralyzed for an hour.
I'd go and kick him to death.
At that moment, you see that bugbear and that dire wolf, and the dire wolf seems like it's about to attack you guys, but then the bugbear turns to the right and starts running down that hallway, and he's going to use his action to dash, so he's going to use 60 feet of movement to run down that further southeast hallway, and the dire wolf looks at you all first, and then looks at the bugbear, and then decides to follow the bugbear. He starts running down that hallway too.
I'm going to take some scraps that I keep in my pocket, some scrap meat. I'm going to throw it at the bugbear, and it gets caught on his loincloth. I'm going to mount the wolf and chase him down.
Well, I'm sorry, I love this, but according to this map, and according to where you guys were, you are like 40 feet from them.
Athletics check.
I got good. Yeah.
Well, the
athletics
thing is, you could probably get that meat to them, but you're not going to be able to outpace a wolf and a bugbear that are both sprinting.
A bugbear is my house's sigil.
What?
A bugbear is my house's sigil.
Death, the specter sigil.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bugbear and direwolf they had the head start on you guys, and then they also used dash action, so they're kind of.
Oh, the wolf is running with them.
Yeah, the wolf. He watched the bugbear for a second, and then decided to follow the bugbear.
They're booking it, man.
And they are booking it down the long hallway to the southeast.
You got to think. I don't know if we can outrun this.
Dimension door in front of him.
How far does the dimension door go?
Let me look. Oh, I don't have any 4th level spell slots anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Before we move on, can I animate dead that big old dude?
Read animate dead to me real quick.
This spell creates an undead servant. Choose a pile of bones or corpse of a medium or small humanoid.
So no.
Medium or small. The ogre was a large.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Pursuit check.
We could turn it into a chase. I don't think we've ever done a chase before. / chase. All right, so everybody just so you guys are just going to be using your actions from now on as just dash actions and trying to catch up to them. So you all just book it down this hallway, chasing them full sprint. And as you guys round this corner and go down, you guys are met with this another narrow, long passageway. And as you follow it along, you guys come upon this room. And as you guys are chasing them down, the adrenaline from that fight seems to have jogged your memory a little bit. And you guys remember some more of your conversation with Angus. And he says, the place that you guys need to look for while you're exploring the Dragon's Maw is this cavernous crypt full of bones. Not human bones, dragon bones. His voice is really fucking hurting my throat.
Whoa. Bless you.
Bless you, Death. The staff section of Tiamat's claw is said to be a dragon's femur, and it is hidden in the bones of Dragon Maw. So it would be impossible to find. However, if you have the top piece of the artifact within 30 feet, the 2 pieces will glow blue.
I need this staff.
Now, the location of the bone crypt is well hidden. There should be some clues scattered around the cave, maybe pointing towards how to get into the secret entrance to the bone crypt. But and he at that moment he turns to Zandy. All you have to do, Zandy, is just lead them to the entrance of the cave. And that reminds me, here's your gold for your supplies. And Angus tosses Zandy the small leather pouch, and he says, just make sure you bring enough food and supplies necessary. And Zandy says, so you don't need me anymore? He said, no, we're good. You get some rest. I want you back here by dawn tomorrow. And Zandy nods, and she stands up and leaves the flabby troll. And Angus pulls out a leather satchel from under his seat and places it on top of the table. Now I have something for each of you. He opens the satchel, and he pulls out several stoppered vials. These are magical potions that you must drink directly before you enter the bone crypt. This is important. Important enough that I'm going to repeat it. You will have to drink these directly before you enter the bone crypt. Now I know you have some questions for me, so let me explain. And at that moment, the memory kind of fades away, and you guys are back mid-chase on this direwolf and this bugbear. And you guys are all sprinting to this room that you see these rows of these relief-carved limestone columns that are carved with these depictions of entwining evil dragons fighting each other, and you see broken mosaic tiles and pews littering the floor. It looks like this is like maybe a church to a multi-headed dragon. At the far end of the room, you see this massive statue that has this 5-headed dragon. And quick look around, you guys don't see that bugbear and that direwolf anywhere.
They're ghosts.
So we just went around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think the food court is to the north in that little section, in the Dragon's Mall. Can we get some Chick-fil-A?
I'm gonna put a fucking food court at the end of this place, I swear.
Just make it right there since there's nothing there.
Okay, there's a little food court right there, but it's unopened right now. There's no one manning it.
I want some Japanese from the Dragon's Mall.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking hungry now.
Chicken teriyaki.
It's called Benihana's, and it's the one Benny opened after he won the lottery.
Ah, fuck, that's good.
All right, so we just keep going forward.
Yeah, and as you guys are kind of looking around this room and approaching this multi-headed dragon statue, everybody, I'm going to give you guys a couple checks to just go ahead and roll off the bat. Everybody go ahead and roll me a religion check, and then everybody go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I got a 0.
I got a 16 for religion.
Death, I'll just save everybody else's time of rolling that religion check. Death, you recognize this dragon statue as a statue of Tiamat. Tiamat is this multi-headed evil dragon deity that there is a sect of the cult of dragon that wishes to bring upon Tiamat's return to end the world. And yeah, it seems like this dragon cult worshipped her. And you kind of piece together the two that Angus also mentioned that the staff of Tiamat. So you think that that staff's probably bad news too. But everyone else could roll an investigation check real quick. See what they notice about this room.
19.
18.
2.
Okay. I was gonna say everyone's rolling really good. All right, Death. You're kind of focused on the statue. You know that Tiamat's pretty bad news, so you're kind of distracted by this altar worshiping Tiamat. Ironclaw, you notice that the room has been vandalized. The pews are broken and everything, but the statue has been mostly left untouched. Ted, you notice a faint outline of a door that lies on the wall directly behind the statue. Lord Sean Snow, you're investigating the altar itself, and you see what appears to be some secret mechanism that is just under it. That it's like a small, like mini, cute little lever.
Drink the potions first.
I'm gonna pull the lever.
No!
You, Ironclaw, or, not Ironclaw, Lord Sean Snow pulls the lever, and Ted, that door you saw, swings open. So nothing happened. So Ted yelled at you guys to drink your potions.
I'm going to enter.
Glug, 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 glug.
Was that Dustin or Justin? I don't have the video.
Justin.
Up, so
It was me.
it sounded like both.
Instead of drinking it, I'm going to do an enema with it.
Ew.
He's going to butt chug it.
So Ted, you're the one that was up against this alcove outlining this like door, and as soon as Lord Sean Snow swaps that switch and everybody downs their potions, that door that you were looking at, Ted, swings open, and looking down you see the staircase that leads down into this like wide uneven passageway that is choked by these thick cobwebs. You think no one's been in here in years.
Ooh, this is it, boys.
Hello, everyone. It is your Dungeon Master, Adam DeWeese here. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode and every episode you've listened to thus far. I want to start off by saying a big old thank you to all of our current patrons. I am talking Rachel, aka Dragonbait, Brittany Ballesteros, Danny M., Jeremy Fair, Not Ironclaw, Danny T., Matthew G., Thess, Brittany D., Gene L., and Bianca B. If you want to get your name on this list of patrons and a bunch of other cool bonus content for this show and our other show, Half Ready Heroes, then you can go over to patreon.com/OneShotOnslaught and sign up for as low as $1 a month. And now's the perfect time to sign up since we are double dipping on both this show and Half Ready Heroes with that Patreon page. That means you get to support 2 shows and get bonus content from 2 shows for the price of 1. We just dumped a bunch of music up on the Patreon page that was used in Half Ready Heroes, and including an unreleased episode of Half Ready Heroes. And we are planning some kind of Patreon special coming up in the next few days where we don't have all the details quite ironed out yet. We're thinking about sending some kind of thank you gift for all of our current patrons and all of our new patrons up to a set amount, so like 20 or so. So whatever we do end up doing, we will be also giving it to our current ones too, so it's not just going to be new ones to sign up. So it's a good time to check it out. Okay, this is going to be a nice short outro for you all. Just make sure you follow us on all social media, hop into our Discord channel, bit.ly/oneshotdiscord, and can't wait for you all to hear the finale of this episode coming up next. I love bugbears, by the way.
Have you guys ever seen the bugbear from My Little Ponies?
Yeah, you sent me.
I don't watch My Little Ponies.
Dustin does. No, Courtney sent me a video, Snapchat of Dustin sitting on the couch watching My Little Pony, and she asked him what he's doing. He says, "I'm watching My Little Ponies with Evelyn," and she says, "Oh, really?" And she walks into the other room and looks at the monitor, and Evelyn's passed out in the crib.
I can't help it.
That's Johnny's dream.
I want to wash my ass out with water.
Get a coffee enema.
Ew.
They do that.
Your poop comes out hot. Why not put something hot up in there?
Hey, I'm Steven, the DM from the newly launched Not Quite Heroes podcast, a real play D&D 5e podcast set in the world of Aventhyr. Join us as our band of unlikely adventurers uncovers the secrets of this world built by a collaboration of creators from many of your favorite podcasts. You can find us at notquiteheroespodcast.com or on your favorite podcatchers such as Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at NQH Podcast to keep up with our latest updates.
Last week on One Shot Onslaught, something starts to dawn on you guys as you're like looking around at each other. You guys don't remember why you're here. Well, from the looks on your faces, I can tell that you're already under the effects of the fungal spores. But you do begin to recall these bits and pieces of your memory from the previous nights. I need a group of capable fighters to go to the Dragon's Maw. These are magical potions that you must drink directly before you enter the Bone Crypt. Now, I know you have some questions for me, so let me explain. And at that moment, the memory kind of fades away, and you guys are back mid-chase.
Drink the potions first.
I'm gonna pull the lever.
No!
Glug, 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 glug.
So, Ted, you're the one that was up against this alcove outlining this, door. And as soon as Lord Sean Snow swaps that switch and everybody downs their potions, that door that you were looking at, Ted, swings open, and looking down, you see the staircase that leads down into this wide, uneven passageway that is choked by these thick cobwebs. You think no one's been in here in years.
Ooh, this is it, boys.
Walking down it, you guys see several alcoves to the left and the right, and ledges along the walls that are piled with these large bones. Carved on the central area of the cavern's floor is is the image of a flame with eyes burning above what looks like a dragon's claw. On a ledge on the far wall sits a single black stone altar. Behind it stands a cloaked figure, carefully studying a strange-looking staff that it has topped with a multicolored claw. I will assume that you were sent by Angus to find me and recover the staff I stole from him. Suddenly, without raising his head, I regret that your efforts have been for naught. I've already connected the two parts, and now I wield in my hand the most powerful artifact in the world, Tiamat's Claw. Allow me to demonstrate. And you all feel this overwhelming sense of dread coming from this rogue apprentice as he starts waving this spell around his head.
Can I just say something really quick?
Say
Guys, we should like play a prank on him.
Hide his shit in Jello.
I'm gonna throw a beat at his forehead.
it. Put the staff in Jello.
So, let's go ahead and roll initiative real quick. Who wants to guess what I roll with this purple dice?
2.
I rolled an 8.
21.
I got an 8.
21.
Got a 14.
21.
Dang. You guys all rolled better than him. First up is Death.
I'm gonna look at Dwight.
And guess what he looks like?
Dwight.
Dwight Schrute.
He looks like Dwight from The Office.
I'm gonna look him straight in the eye. I'm gonna say, "My name's Michael Scarn. Prepare to die." And then I'm going. Oh, my voice cracked. Please edit that out.
No, keep it.
I'm gonna say, "My name is Michael Scarn. Prepare to die." And then I'm gonna cast second level Burning Hands at him.
Oh, so he makes a roll for that. And this guy. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say he has advantage on those saves, but no, he doesn't need advantage. He rolled an 18.
I have a voice cracking story. When I was a freshman, I got placed in some reason with a class with a bunch of seniors and juniors. And I had to do a presentation, and my voice kept cracking over and over and over. And it was the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened in my life. It was horrible.
Didn't they?
Yeah, eventually I was just like, can I just stop? And she just let me stop. She's like, yeah, that's fine. And I just sat down. Oh, I hate that story.
Oh my god.
Why would they put me in a fucking class with seniors anyways? It's bullshit.
Oh my god. So yeah, Death Burning Hands this guy, but as soon as he does, he waves the staff of Tiamat, and it kind of creates this shimmering red shield that like absorbs the Burning Hands. Next up, unless you want to move somewhere strategical, right now you're within 15 feet of him. There's so in this room, it's pretty much that it kind of looks like an altar that this guy was at, but then the rest of the room, it's pretty big. It's like a 40 by 40 foot circle room that has these stalactites or stalagmites or both, but it definitely has the ones that are coming from the ground kind of spread out across the room. So you just ran up 15 feet from him, Burning Hands him. He shielded it with his staff. So if you want, you could use some movement to move somewhere. Otherwise, next up will be Lord Jon Snow. No. Yes. So Ironclaw will be next if you don't have anything else to do, Justin.
Nope.
All right. Ironclaw.
All right, so just this guy with a staff?
Yeah, one guy with a big old staff.
Well, as a phase spider, my sheet doesn't say I can web. Can I web?
Sure, probably.
As my action, I'm going to shoot spiderweb all over his staff. As my bonus action, I'm going to use my ethereal jaunt.
What's that do?
What is a jaunt?
I can shift from the material plane to the ethereal plane or vice versa. So can he see me?
No, but the webbing shit, he rolled a 16.
Oh, well, my DC saves are 15.
So he probably gets out of the web or moves away from the web.
Well, I mean, I don't exactly have the web skill.
Well, what the heck, man?
You said I could.
Okay, you try to web him, and he flashed that staff, and it burns the web away, and then you go invisible, and he no longer sees you because you are now in the ethereal plane. Next up,
Now I can sneak up on him.
Yeah. Next up is Ted.
We'll cast Shatter,
Okay.
which is a sudden ringing, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in the 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point must make a Constitution saving throw. Creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on the failed save, or half as much damage on the successful one.
Okay, so this guy's got, with his staff, he's got advantage on all spell saves, and he still failed with advantage. So he's going to take that full 3d8 damage. And I picture you strumming like a power chord on your guitar as you...
Strumming on them haters.
14.
14. Okay. So you strum that power chord and shatter, and you see him get blasted back a few steps, but he holds out his staff and kind of he's able to hold his ground and not get blasted back on his feet. Next up is Lord Snow just before him. This guy rolled a really bad initiative.
I stick my tongue out as far as I can, and then I'm gonna cast a level 3
Magic missile.
Oh, so they just hit. So is that 5? That's 5d4 then, right? Plus 1 each? Yeah. Roll 5d4. I think that's right.
A 54.
9.
So you cast these 5 magic missiles. Pew 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 pew. I think I did too many, but they all
No, it's actually
pierced
that was
into
5.
him. Was it?
Yep.
Oh, that's perfect then. And you see him with every one, he kind of staggers back a little bit, but he's still looking fine. And then it's his turn now, and he looks at the 4 of you all, and he is going to cast Cone of Cold across all 4 of you. So
Oh, it's so cold.
all 4 of you make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Not me.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, not Ironclaw.
I rolled a 7,
6. 17.
so I got an 8.
17. So Lord Snow and Death, you're both going to, as this massive cone of cold washes over you, you're both going to take 41 cold damage.
I'm dead.
I'm almost dead.
Ted, you're gonna take 20 flat cold damage, Ted.
I'm still good.
I'm dead.
Are you really? No. You already damaged?
Yeah.
N-
Yeah, that when that
You're not dead, Justin. You're just unconscious.
that one little fucking rhino thing
Yeah.
bit me for 41.
Dustin, you didn't heal him this whole time?
I guess I wasn't thinking. I don't know, man.
That dropped me to half health, and then that just killed me.
Oh, Death!
Guys,
Death, it's your turn to make, I think, your first ever death saving throw. So roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
13.
Okay, that's a success. That's good.
I'm alive.
Not yet. Well, you're still alive. You are still alive.
He's crawling
But-
away.
You're slowly kind of gaining consciousness. And next up is Lord Sean Snow.
Guys, someone farted back here in my closet.
So was you.
So was
you
you.
farted back
Wasn't
there.
me.
It was a ghost.
I swear it wasn't me, but I smell a fart.
Imagine being a fucking listener and just hear Dustin, someone farted, but I'm in a closet.
That is literally impossible.
No.
I kind of smell a fart too.
It's Lord Sean Snow's turn.
Can I touch this guy?
If you wanted to, you could get up to, you could.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna touch him and cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay. What's he make for that?
The touch of your shadow wreathed hand can siphon life from others to heal your wounds.
He rolled a 4. Oh, no. That was with advantage. He rolled a 13 at first, and then a 4.
Yeah.
So 13 plus, hold on. Oh, so you rolled the hit for that.
11, so 20.
Yeah, you hit.
And then 3d6.
Yep.
15. So I'll gain 8.
And yeah, you touch him and you siphon some of the life off of good old Dwight. Iron Claw. Yeah, Iron Claw.
All right, I'm gonna shift out of my phase, and then I can. So I shift out, and I'll put Healing Spirit on Death. So anyone who moves into that area or starts their turn in that area gains a 4d6 in healing.
46?
Yeah, casting it at 5th level, 4d6.
Okay. So yeah, but now you're there. Okay, so now you're there. Death.
But I'm gonna stay back some.
Yeah. But now you're like visible. Okay. So next up is Ted's turn.
It has a 60-foot range, and it's a 5-foot cube.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery again.
Okay.
Wait right there, pal. You think wielding this powerful staff's gonna make everything better? Don't think so.
He rolled
That was more of a guilt trip.
yeah, he rolled okay, I got a 3 showing, but I know I rolled it with advantage. Okay, well 3 and a 10. So I'm going to go ahead and say that he failed it. Cuz I forget what his very first roll was.
So what, 3d6 or 3d8?
3d4 I think it is.
6 total.
Yeah, you see him again. He looks, a little sad, but now it's his turn, and he raises up his staff.
You could counterspell. 17.
Okay, so no matter what, you just rolled a 17 plus 7. You see like little flicks of electricity building from his fingertips, and then instantly it's just gone. All the electricity from his fingers are gone. Back up to Death, Death, you're back up standing now after being healed.
I'm alive, guys. I'm alive.
I only have 14 health right now.
All right, so I stand up and I'm like holding my wounds, and I say, "My name is Michael Scarn. This time, prepare to really die." And I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke you actually cast on a reaction.
Oh, well,
so it's
fuck's
gotta be
sake. Okay, I'm not doing that then.
Well, the cool thing is you can actually cast Hellish Rebuke on somebody else's turn anytime you get damaged.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hit him with my Skull Daddy dagger.
Okay, yeah, you run up and roll d20 to see if you plunge this bad boy in there. He's not too armored. He's just in a cloak right now.
18.
You rolled an 18? Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And then I take I put a little patch of skull in there.
Is it a pouch?
Shoot. Yeah, I'm doing pouches now. I'm not actually doing loose leaf skull anymore. And I show him a beat to distract him, and then I gouge it in the side of his head.
So he rolled a 15. I think you probably have higher than a 15, right?
Armor class?
No, his DC for the poison. You hit him. So you at least get to do the D4 plus your 3D6 sneak attack.
How's he gonna avoid the poison?
He can constitute it. Ugh!
Like just flex so hard it spits out?
Yeah.
DC 15.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage. Cause he's still not looking bad.
So
Oh really?
9 plus 8, 17 plus 8, 25.
25. Okay, yeah, you dig this dagger deep into him as you see him start to. You see the poison kind of taking its toll on his body, but he's still standing. And next up is Ironclaw.
I'll walk back to him and into the Healing Spirit. I got a 9 from that. And I'm thinking about casting my Moonbeam. So you'll need to do a con save. boom.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like we almost died, so everyone's getting super serious.
Yeah. I've
This is
never
getting
been
scary.
incapacitated before.
Yeah, no, I told you guys, shit's happening tonight. Oh my god, even with advantage, he rolled a 4 and then a 2!
Actually, I'll lose my healing spirit.
Take it back.
5d10.
So you've got your health, Justin. You don't lose health, but it's just not there anymore. How much damage did that do?
27.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, you see this moonbeam just spam right on top of his head, and you see it kind of burn. It's like radiant burning damage. It's like burning away his robe, but he's still standing. And next up is Ted.
A fireball.
Goddamn, come on. Okay, here we go. Okay, with advantage, let's see if he got out of it. A 17. Does a 17 dodge out of the fireball?
Nope.
Okay, that was with advantage. So he's like action movie star diving out of the way of the fireball, but apparently he gets caught in it. So you're going to do your 8d6 damage.
30.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the Wonder Wonder.
Oh! Alright, go ahead and roll it.
Big ol' 47.
Wheatgrass.
A cloud of 600 oversized butterflies fills a 300 radius centered on the target. The area becomes heavily obscured. They remain for 10 minutes.
Oversized butterflies.
So this guy's kind of like waving away these butterflies as he is. It gets to be his turn, and he's kind of trying to clear his vision, and then he is going to raise up his staff, and he's going to cast Meteor Swarm. Everybody go ahead and make me a
fucking
deck
dead.
save. Everybody in the room real quick. Make me a deck save.
Oh.
4.
5.
20.
7.
Okay, so Johnny's only... Okay, so everyone who...
I'm ducking behind everybody.
Okay, so everyone who failed the save takes 132 damage.
What?
And whoever saved will take 61 damage.
Oh my god, we're all dead.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Burning Hands on myself. I want to kill myself before this guy can kill me.
So,
Alright, so how much damage? 61?
yeah. Well, yeah, no, you failed it, Justin, so you take 132.
Oh, that's great. I'm negative 120 something damage.
Well, as you guys all hit the ground, you're kind of seeing through the swimming vision, and you see Dwight, and you see him bloodied and barely clinging to life, and you see him stagger backwards, slumping against a wall. And he says, "Well, I sorely underestimated these fools. That was very close." And you see him grasp that claw of Tiamat. "They would have easily defeated me if it wasn't for this beauty." And then he kind of curses under his breath and then falls unconscious to the floor. And then you see Zandy walk from the entrance that you all just walked through. "Well, that's worked better than I expected." And you see her walk up and pluck that staff from Dwight's fallen fingers. "Ah, this is what I worked for, and this is so easy." And you see her look down at it, and you see her amazement kind of slowly turn to bewilderment. And then you hear, "Yeah, as you may have noticed by now, that's not real, Zandy. That Tiamat's claw doesn't exist." And you see Angus standing there, his face kind of reddened in anger. "Yeah, this is, yeah." And then your guys' vision slips back to that meeting with Angus, and you guys remember him saying, yeah, you guys are probably wondering what these potions are for. Well, before I explain what they are, you see him look around and make sure that the room's empty. He waves over somebody, and a cloaked figure comes to the table. And you see a full elf woman, and she's got a freckled face with silky blonde hair, and she says, well, hail to you, adventurers. I am Romola Haventree, and I have heard tales of your heroism. I'm hoping that it's all true and that you guys can help me. Have you explained everything? She asks Angus, and Angus says, not yet, just the bit that Zandy knows about. And Romola nods her head. I can sense your confusion. Your mission, as Angus has explained, see, you are to accompany Zandy to the Dragon's Maw, but from there, she is going to wait outside. You see, we expect Zandy is a double agent in our organization.
I knew it.
And we expect her to be working with the Dragon Maw cult. We expect them to be trying to rise Tiamat from the grave, and we want to capture them all together. So we have come up with this elaborate plan. You are going to lure Zandy into the Dragon Maw. You are going to fight this illusory enemy, Dwight, that we have cooked up. And from there, once you guys have been defeated by Dwight, we will be able to capture Zandy and her cult. So just before you all enter this room, just down these potions. They are greater illusion potions. They will, while you're fighting Dwight, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna feel it, but it's not actually gonna be damaging you all. With these potions, it's gonna look like you're getting hurt really bad. But that's just all for show, just so we can really lure out Zandy, and we can really lure out her cult. And we're going to surround them. We're gonna capture her. So you guys just need to play convincingly against Dwight and really make it a show for Zandy, because I think she's probably going to be following you guys and following and watching you all. So don't worry, you're not going to get hurt from Dwight. You're just going to be, subdued. And then once you're surrounded, we can all capture her. And at that moment, you guys all kind of come to, and you all look, and you realize that your wounds have all kind of gone away now. And the effects of that greater illusion potion have worn off. And you all realize that you actually didn't use any spell slots on that last fight. You all are back at full health, actually, from that fight. Oof. And Zandy says, all that, the theatrics, everything was this trick to lure me in the open? What did you expect? And you hear Angus say, well, where's the cult of the dragon? Are they following you? Where are they? Are they waiting outside? And she says, I don't work for the cult of the dragon. I feed them information every once in a while, but no, I don't. I work on my own. And at that moment, you see that she doesn't really look that worried, and she's kind of looking around at all of you. And Angus says, well, aren't you worried now that we've got you trapped? Aren't you? You seem a little, you don't seem too worried. And she says, oh, I'm not trapped in here with you all. You all are trapped in here with me. And at that moment, you sense something very wrong. You feel the air in this room go bone-chillingly cold as you see Zandy turn into and shift, and her body morphs into this white dragon.
A fucking dragon?
God damn it.
We got to roll initiative.
18.
I rolled a 4 plus 4.
7.
28.
Cool. Well, Daz, would you believe it? You get to go first against this big white dragon.
So I get all my spell slots back?
Yeah, all of your spell slots. You actually, that potion you drank actually shielded you from casting any of those spells.
So she's a white dragon. What is she resistant to?
I have to pee so bad.
Sean, you're like last, Sean. You can go ahead and go pee.
Just probably a frost dragon resistant to fire.
I'm gonna cast a second level Burning Hands.
Okay, so she makes
13.
dex save against that. Yeah, you got her.
15.
15. So you run up within 50 feet of her and you cast this Burning Hands cone from your fingertips, and she's white dragon. She's more cold based, as you can tell from the temperature in the room. So this definitely kind of breaks away a small membrane of frost she's got on her. And next up is Ironclaw.
I'm gonna do Wall of Thorns, and then I'm gonna turn into a bear.
What's Wall of Thorns do?
I just put up a Wall of Thorns. I do a deck save, I guess. Yeah, do a deck
Okay.
save.
Oh shit, she rolled a 19. So she just like encircled in this Wall of Thorns now?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So it stays there. Concentrate. Okay. Yes, I guess on each of the turns, I guess they have to roll.
Okay. So, and then you turn into a big
bear.
cave bear. Okay. Hey, what do you say when you turn into this bear? We haven't had this in a while.
Hey, I'm a bear.
Next up is actually the dragon. Now, the dragon is going to... the dragon's going to turn towards you all. And it's going to blast a cone of cold from its mouth. So everybody go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
15.
14.
13.
Anybody below a 15...
Takes 100
We'll
damage.
say Lord Sean Snow saves, just for the sake of him not taking 45 cold damage. Anybody below a 15.
Cool.
Anybody above a 15 gets to take half of that, so 27. Okay, that was her turn as she just like spews this cold across all of you guys. And next up is Ted.
That was half my health.
I'm gonna throw a dang old fireball at her.
She's gonna make a save. Okay, well she failed that save. I didn't even need to.
So 3d6.
3d6, 8d6.
Oh, 25.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, you hurl this fireball at her, and she doesn't seem to really like fire a whole lot. Her being ice based, so that really is that slams into her and kind of explodes across her whole body. That definitely seems to hurt her very badly. So Shawnee R, it is your turn. Against this big white dragon that looks kind of bad. So she got burning hands and fireballed, and honestly looks kind of bad.
Wait. I whisper in Lord Snow's ear and say she's vulnerable to fire.
I'm going to cast a 5th level wall of fire.
Just like kind of just zigzagging all around her because she's huge.
Yes.
So huge. She's like 20 feet, long, 20 feet tall. Okay. So,
Can I just trap her in that?
yeah, I'm trying to think. I think you could pretty much, as big as she is, I think you could just like make this whole wall of fire like on her.
Okay.
And I don't think it makes sense that she'd be able to make a dex save because you could make it big enough to, get her. So yeah, go ahead and roll the damage of that.
29.
29. Do you want to... So first of all, one thing you did miss is you did take... we went ahead and said that you succeeded on the Constitution save. Just to give you the benefit of the doubt. So you only took 27 damage, I believe it was, of cold damage from her cone of cold. So go ahead and mark that health down. But other than that, do you want to go ahead and describe how you just took out this little young white dragon with this big old wall of fire 20 feet high.
Big old ball of fire.
Wait, I killed her?
Yeah, they all did a bunch of fire damage to her while you were gone.
I cast wall of fire on the dragon, and she started cooking up like a barbecue. And then we all went in with our little forks, and then we started eating her.
Oh my god.
Dragon is very rare, and it's a delicacy in Faerun.
I went straight for the cheek meat.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I bet a dragon tastes really fucking good.
Rump roast.
So you melt her away with this wall of fire. Not melt her away, you start cooking it, and everyone starts having this big old bonfire. And
I put a couple beets on top of it.
oh yeah, and Dwight comes up. Dwight's actually handing you the beats.
All right.
Dwight says, "Oh, that was a good fight you four gave. I thought I would have had you finished way sooner than that." And Angus comes up to you all and says, well, good job, lads. That was a little bit hard. I didn't know she was a fucking dragon, but I guess that was still all good. It kind of sucks we didn't get the cult with her, but you win some, you lose some. I guess we got a dragon out of the world at least.
Where's my gold at?
Where's my staff?
Oh, it didn't exist.
Oh, no, yeah. No, that staff was... Don't you remember? That was all a ploy, Lord Chance. No, that staff never really existed. But here's your guys' gold from the guild. And he throws down each of you guys 2,500 gold.
Damn.
Nice. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Let's just hang out, chow down on some dragon, and fade to black.
Threat level midnight.
Closing time.
Do 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 do.
Hello, everyone. It is your Dungeon Master, Adam DeWeese, here to say I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and thank you all so much for listening. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our current patrons, the people that are keeping this show and Halfway to Heroes both going. I'm talking the people like Rachel, aka Dragonbait, Brittany Ballesteros, Danny M, Jeremy Fair, Not Ironclaw, Danny T, Matthew G, Brittany D, Gurundu, Brian B, Gene L, and Bianca B. So, you may have noticed two new names on this list, Gurundu and Brian B. Thank you both so much for joining the Patreon team. This was actually the first time I ever had to scroll to the bottom to see all the names, which is fantastic. If you want your name on this list, you can head over to patreon.com/oneshotonslaught. And now's a very good time because we actually have a limited time special offer going that all of our patrons from now until I think the cutoff date is like June 15th. Anybody who signs up by then will be getting a personalized signed thank you postcard from the guys, and then also some stickers, magnets, business cards, I don't know, whatever we can fit into an envelope. Is just a special offer, like thank you for joining and for helping support the show. We are also planning on restructuring the Patreon page to kind of give you all as much bonus content as we can. We want to make sure that we are giving back to you all just as much as you are helping us keep the show going and keep all the fees and everything under control. Speaking of Patreon, I don't know if you know this, but one of the things that our $10 and up members get is they get a monthly shout out on one of our episodes to spotlight something, whatever they want, a project they're working on or anything like that. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Rachel, aka Dragonbait, is a member of a D&D 5e actual play podcast called 20-Sided Adventures, where they play Dungeons and Dragons in space. Well, okay, well, the players and the DM aren't in space, but their characters are, and the NPCs are as well. So if you like low gravity, high action, fun, thrilling D&D with awesome characters and awesome DM, fantastic music, awesome editing, it's such a great D&D podcast. You should definitely be listening to it if you're not already. And if you're not already, then go check it out. Again, go check out Dragonix on DM's Guild and on Twitter. They are the ones that made this module, and they also made the expanded monster manual on DM's Guild, which is still in like the top 5 bestsellers if you look at the trending homepage. I do want to give a heads up that we may be missing next week, and that is because we're still floating this idea. We're still not 100% sure, but I want to give you all a heads up that we may begin to take a break between the modules. That way we can kind of build up a backlog of episodes recorded, and that way I get a buffer week to edit these episodes so that they don't go out late like today's episode did. And so that would mean this was a 3-part episode. It would go week 1 would be part 1, week 2 would be part 2, week 3 would be part 3, and then it'd be a 1-week break. And then next module, say it was a 2-parter, it would be part 1 would be on the first week, part 2 would be on the second week, and then it would be a 1-week break. So we'd still be a little bit more often than bi-weekly. And you wouldn't have to wait to see what happens in the module, but that way we just take a little short break, a little breather in between the ones, so that I can get caught up on editing for this and Halfway to Heroes. I may have bit off a little bit more than I can chew with the 2 podcasts, but I love it. I love editing and DMing for this show, and editing and DMing for Halfway to Heroes, and putting it out and having people listen to it. It makes it all worthwhile. I just don't want to every single week on one of the shows have to delay the show by a day. So yeah. So we're still floating that idea. But so if we do that, I apologize that we will be missing next week. Hop over on our Discord page to stay the latest up to date on our releasing schedule, and then also follow us on all social media. So our Discord is bit.ly/oneshotdiscord. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you had a good time. We're excited for the next couple episodes coming out. They were a lot of fun also, and next week, even though we may be taking a hiatus on this one, we will have a new episode of Halfway to Heroes come out. So go check that show out if you haven't listened already. And leave a review, iTunes review for this show and Halfway to Heroes. And that's it. I'm done talking. Thank you all so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Bye, everyone.
I just remember this video we made for a class project. So me, Harry, and Tommy in our group, and we were supposed to make a video about Lord of the Flies. So our whole video was just Harry in these tiny shorts, just like underwear, just humping things. That's what the video was. But she said, we can't watch this in class, but I'll watch it at home. So she took it home and watched that shit.
I believe in a thing called love. I believe in a thing called love.
I love that song.
I believe in a thing called love.
Hey guys, is this a good turtle voice? Is that
Yeah,
good?
fuck yeah.
Or should I do like something else? It's pretty hard to keep doing like this, but I mean, I think I can do it.
Hey, you should stick with the meat wad. Dustin did a presentation where he had to do something about makeup, and he sung the CoverGirl theme song.
What? What? What?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it was like 4th grade.
What?
He's like, easy breezy, beautiful CoverGirl.
The girls were singing their whole easy breezy beautiful.
You had to say it?
Well, yeah, I said that, my bad, underneath the desk, and I threw a marker up, and then they grabbed it and spun around and said, "Cover girl."
Oh my god. What? The fuck?
I bet that teacher still has that video. She recorded us.